Kian stood in front of a massive statue rising in the center of the main hall inside the archaeological outpost of Station Orion 7. Its surface shimmered in shades of blue and silver, as if the strange alloy absorbed light and returned it in a new form. The statue's face was almost human, but longer, with delicate features and hollow eyes hidden beneath translucent covers. Symbols ran across its forehead, neck, and arms, patterns that looked like a mix of language and living veins. "Look, Celine," Kian said, sliding off his glove and scratching his chin. "Protocols show zero energy activity, no biological traces. That means it's safe, just an ancient relic." Celine stood a few meters away, a tablet glowing in her hands. She didn't even raise her head. "And still, you shouldn't get too close. We don't know who made it. The material isn't even on our periodic table, Kian." He chuckled, stepping closer to the podium where the statue rested in silence. The lighting in the hall was soft and even, but around the statue, the brightness seemed to fade, as if the figure was drinking in the light and leaving only shadows. "Oh, come on," Kian laughed. "Some ancient sculptor carved a cosmic goddess 1,000 years ago. What now? Will she rise to punish us?" He bowed low, playfully, like a knight at a royal ball. With a smirk, he whispered, "For the salvation of humanity, I offer myself." "That's enough, Kian," Celine snapped, a tightness in her voice she couldn't explain. "This isn't funny. Step away from it." But Kian ignored her warning. He leaned forward, close to the cold alloy face, and with the lightest touch pressed his lips against the statue's mouth. The moment was absurd, silent. Kian turned, ready to flash a triumphant grin, when the floor beneath him began to tremble. The statue hissed, the sound sharp like metal inhaling. Its eyelids lifted slowly, revealing deep-set eyes glowing with a warm amber light. The silence grew heavier, pressing against the chest. Then its lips quivered, and from within, not from the mouth, but from the very core of the statue, a voice emerged. It sounded like thunder, and at the same time like a whisper drilling straight into the bones. "You have doomed your kind." The alarm shrieked to life, piercing the hall. A red light flashed across the walls, pulsing like a heartbeat. The station shuddered, dust spilling from the vents. Kian froze, his eyes locked on the statue. The smirk drained from his face. The weight of his mistake sank in, but it was already too late. Celine ran toward him, then stopped cold. Right in front of her, a thin metallic spike shot from the floor. It glowed red, then retracted, like a predator testing its prey. She stumbled back, her pulse racing. "Kian!" Her voice shook. "What did you do?" Barely audible, he whispered, I just touched it. It was a joke. I didn't know." The statue moved. Her hands rose slowly, fingers opening as if gasping for air. Pulses of light rippled across her body, tracing the same ancient patterns etched into her alloy skin. Heat radiated from her, mixed with a smell both metallic and rotten, like living metal decaying. Her face remained incomplete. Only her eyes glowed, filled with something between cruel irony and endless hatred. Contact established. Biological key accepted. The voice was no longer distant. It was everywhere, cold, clear. It echoed through every speaker in the base. On every screen the same message appeared, flashing in crimson. Local view reset. The control panels went dark, then flickered back on, filling every screen with streams of symbols in an unknown language. Some glowed in red, twisting into ominous patterns that no one could decipher. Scientists from nearby sectors rushed into the hall, but the doors were already sealing shut. A fail-safe system had triggered, one that only activated when the base had completely lost control. "The control system is offline," an engineer shouted in panic. "I can't override it." Kian pressed his hands against his face, his breath sharp and uneven. Beneath his boots, something was pulsing, steady, alive, as if the entire base was breathing, not with air, but with darkness. Celine stared at him, her eyes wide with horror, her voice breaking. You kissed the trigger. You became the carrier of the signal, Kian. This isn't a goddess. This is a prison. At that moment, the floor split open. A black pylon covered in razor-like spikes erupted from the center of the hall. It turned slowly, releasing a deep, rhythmic sound, like a colossal heartbeat echoing through the walls. Then, one by one, identical pylons began rising across every sector of the station. The ground trembled as if the base itself was awakening. The statue's voice returned, sharper now, filling every corner. Your time is glass. Civilization 349K, the purification protocol has been activated. No one understood the meaning of those words, but everyone felt it instantly. This was not something humanity could fight. Not with weapons, not with science, not with anything they knew. Celine gripped the railing, her knuckles white, as a chill ran through her body. Kian stood frozen, the weight of his mistake crushing him with every heartbeat. And so, the countdown to extinction began, not with a war, but with a single, careless touch. Be honest, do you think Kian is guilty of destroying humanity? Or was it destiny waiting to happen? Drop your verdict in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the next chapter of this chilling story.